Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, how are you guys? Welcome back to my video. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Oktarisya Nasari. I am from 12 Science 3. So now I would like to talk about coronavirus. Yeah, coronavirus is a familiar name in our ears since it launched itself last year everywhere and almost every time just talk about corona. Everyone doesn't stop discussing that name like, I kinda tired of hearing that. But yeah, all we can do now is praying that this pandemic can stop as soon as possible. Amen. Anyway, guys, back to the topic. Actually, I would like to explain to all of you about how coronavirus works in human body. For most, the disease is mild, but some people die. So, how is the virus attacking the body? Why are some people being killed and how is it treated? So, stay tuned in my video and let's start it! Start with incubation period. This is when the virus is establishing itself. The coronavirus can invade your body when you breathe it in, or after someone coughs nearby, or you touch a contaminated surface and then your face. Viruses work by getting inside the cells your body is made of and then hijacking them. It first infects the cells lining your throat, airways, and lungs and turns them into coronavirus factories that spew out huge number of new viruses that go on to infect yet more cells. At this early stage, you will not be sick and some people may never develop symptoms. The incubation period, the time between infection and first symptoms appearing, varies widely but is 5 days on average. Next, mild disease. This is all most people will experience. COVID-19 is a mild infection for 8 out of 10 people who get it and the core symptoms are a fever and a cough. Body aches, sore throat, and a headache are all possible but not guaranteed. The fever, and generally feeling groggy, is a result of your immune system responding to the infection. It has recognized the virus as a hostile invader and signals to the rest of the body something is wrong by releasing chemicals called cytokines. This rally the immune system but also cause the body aches, pain, and fever. The coronavirus cough is initially a dry one, and this is probably down to irritation of cells as they become infected by the virus. Some people will eventually start coughing up sputum, a thick mucus containing dead lung cells killed by the virus. These symptoms are treated with bed rest, plenty of fluids, and paracetamol. You won't need specialist hospital care. This stage lasts about a week, at which point most recover because their immune system has fought off the virus. However, some will develop a more serious form of COVID-19, but there are studies emerging that suggest the disease can cause more cold-like symptoms such as a runny nose too. Severe disease. If the disease progresses, it will be due to the immune system overreacting to the virus. Those chemical signals to the rest of the body cause inflammation, but this needs to be delicately balanced. Too much inflammation can cause collateral damage throughout the body. Inflammation of the lung is called pneumonia. If it was possible to travel through your mouth, down the windpipe, and through the tiny tubes in your lungs, you would eventually end up in tiny little air sacs. This is where oxygen moves into the blood and carbon dioxide moves out. But in pneumonia, the tiny sacs start to fill with water and can eventually cause shortness of breath and difficulty breathing. Some people will need a ventilator to help them breathe. Thus, critical disease. By this point, the body is starting to fail and there is a real chance of death. The problem is the immune system is now spiraling out of control and causing damage throughout the body. It can lead to septic shock when the blood pressure drops to dangerously low levels and organs stop working properly or fail completely. Acute respiratory distress syndrome, caused by widespread inflammation in the lungs, stops the body getting enough oxygen it needs to survive. It can stop the kidneys from cleaning the blood and damage the lining of your intestines. And if the immune system cannot get on top of the virus, then it will eventually spread to every corner of the body where it can cause even more damage. Treatment by the stage will be highly invasive and can include ECMO or extracorporeal membrane oxygenation. This is essentially an artificial lung that takes blood out of the body through thick tubes, oxygenates it, and pumps it back in. But eventually, the damage can reach fatal levels at which organs can no longer keep the body alive. Okay, guys, that's all from me. I hope it is useful and I hope we are all always healthy. And don't forget to keep the health protocols, okay? Goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.